Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another video on the Cody Random Vlogs. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is still my vlog channel, by the way, but tonight I'm going to be telling you some stories from my spooky past. I'm actually really scared to tell you guys these stories because today I listened to a music track from a show named Arthur that I watched as a kid. And this track was kind of traumatic for me. I didn't think of it at the time as being traumatic, but listening back, I felt like it was traumatic. The reason why is because I had like so many chills and so many like fears that I never experienced before until I listened to it. And yeah, just as of right now, it's inspired me to tell you some of the tales of my past and be scared as I'm doing it, because I'm still kind of terrified being in this room. As you know, I used to have a paranormal channel where I used to do can't even talk. I used to do ghost explorations, ghost hunts on this other channel, Cody Random. Turned it into a nostalgia channel. And some of these locations I would film at were actually legit haunted places. This is at my old job. There were a few buildings on campus, as we called it. Everyone would have their own story of, different experiences that they would have in the different buildings. I didn't really have any experiences myself other than the weird feelings that I felt. However, I still filmed in these locations and I just, kept ghost hunting. I even caught a few EMPs on my Spirit Box app that I had. I think they're called EMPs. It's been a while since I ghost hunted, guys. So nothing too crazy happened. When I was working at that job, I did have other experiences in my life where things actually did go down. First experience I want to share with you guys is when I was on my mission. I served an LDS mission in New York. Here's how the story goes. I was 19 years old at the time. I was in a church with my companions. We were in a group of 4 people, including myself. Now, if you know anything about the LDS religion, you know that we have a thing which we call the priesthood, which is the authority of God given to us individuals on the earth to act in His name. And one of the things you're able to do with that power from on high is to cast evil spirits out. And looking back on the ghost hunts, it's probably good that I stopped doing that kind of thing, because I feel like it kind of goes against what God wants you to do. You know what I mean? Even if it was for fun, which honestly I still think like every now and then you can do something fun like that and be okay. But anyway, I'm going off on a whole different topic. I get distracted. We thought we had to use that at one point because we're in the church. We're talking about ghost story, like we're sharing ghost stories, right? And we're like, what do we do like if we're in a situation out here on our mission when like what if a ghost or like a bad spirit were to appear? Like, do we like cast it out? Like, what's allowed, what's not? And then it kind of got a little too into the spooky vibe rather than, I guess, trying to teach each other what would be the right steps to do it for. Anyway, I'm trying to be honest with this story. It's been such a long time that I can't remember exactly every little detail that was discussed or how it went down. But anyway, as we were talking, it was dark, you see. The whole church was dark. Everyone was cleared out. There was no one left from the party. The church was completely empty. It was just us 4 sitting on a couch. Now, there was an elevator that was to our left. I was on the left. The other guys were on the right. So it's my left, their right. You get it. And as we're talking, we're like feeling this, heavy type feeling. And that's when all of a sudden, the elevator on the side of the church, it opens by itself. Light floods in, it opens by itself. And we're just like staring. We're like, what just happened? What just went on? But we were like terrified. We're like, what do we do? Like, we're all like standing up. We're like, we need to leave. We need to get out of here. Do we cast it out? Like, what do we do as we're walking out the door? So we just, like I said, we just left as we were questioning what we do in that situation that was before us. And it was a crazy night. It was just a crazy night. I swear I saw something to my left. I was gonna tell you guys those ghost hunts that I did in the past at my old job. I feel like there's always been something that's been like following me around since I've been since I would do those videos, those explorations. But did I even tell you guys I explored there? Maybe I didn't. I can't remember for sure. But if you guys want to see any of my explorations on my other channel involving the paranormal, ghost hunts, that kind of thing, I will leave a link down below to my channel, which is now a nostalgia channel. But if you go in the past, you can see the old ghost hunt videos that I put onto that channel. It's called Cody Random. Okay, I get really sidetracked. I think I have ADHD or something. But what was I gonna say? So anyway, that was the first story of me encountering the paranormal. This one lady that we taught the gospel to, and she kept reportedly throwing up flies from her stomach. Which, if you guys know anything about the demonic kind of crap, that's one of the things that happens if there's something demonic in your life. I swear, I just saw a shadow. Okay, I think that's my head. Oof. I don't like telling these stories, guys. I'm starting to get chills myself just telling them, but I do it for the channel. I do it for you guys. Woo! So that's that story. I have stories that other people had at this old place I used to work at with the haunted buildings that I just told you of. And hello? Anyway, the superintendent that was at this place, what happened to my camera? That's weird. The superintendent at this job, he, several years before I worked there, he walked into the train room, as they called it. The train room's like, it's just a big room with a bunch of, you know those plastic trains that go around this track, and it's got like mountain scenery, towns, villages, that kind of thing. Yeah, he walked into one of the, he was in one of those kind of rooms. Anyway, this is kind of the scary part. But as he's walking in or out of the room, I can't remember which way it was. Reportedly, he had something touch his shoulder, his left shoulder, and it told him that he had to leave. Just like that. It's like, you have to leave. And it scared the crap out of him, as you can imagine. He ran out of the building screaming. And from that day forward, he swore that he would never go back inside that train room again. Which he didn't. None of us were ever allowed to go inside that train room. I did get to see it once because the door was open. But yeah, I didn't have any experiences. Okay, guys, this is getting a little intense. My camera, I don't know if you can see it at all, but it's kind of glitching in and out. There's something going on here. I don't like to do this stuff very much anymore, just because of the bad it can bring into my life and the lives of others, even. But yeah, I just figured this one time I'd do something different for this channel and mix things up a little bit, because this channel's been kind of boring the past, 5 or 7 years. Anyway, this is the same place where the train room was at. The place was a rec gym, an old rec gym, which I explored, which is outside the train room. But yeah, there was another lady I worked with. She had a camera, and she took pictures in there, and she would see shadow figures from the pictures that she took. I had experiences, of course, that rec center, that rec gym, with the heavy feelings and just the weird situations with the EMP box, that kind of deal. And my voice is going out. I'm getting the chills, guys. Do you see anything over there? I don't know. Excuse the messy room. But yeah. Sorry, guys. I wish I could communicate a little bit better today. Cut that last part out. But like I said, there were other buildings on campus where other things would happen, those heavy feelings. I even went on a tour one time and was introduced to all the buildings that had these haunted problems. There's this one building I explored. Nothing happened in there either. but it was the old therapy building where individuals would get therapy, physical therapy for their certain conditions, disabilities that they would have. I filmed in there during the time of COVID, and there was the auditorium. I had an experience off camera with an individual, name I can't give you, but we were in there one time. We're up on the um, the place where the spotlight comes out of, where the media is at, so the stage can have the sounds that it needs to perform the play. Does that make sense? Um, that's where we heard it. We heard a big old bang on the metal grate steps up on the stage for no reason. No one was there. No one was underneath. Yeah, it was just crazy situation. It freaked me and him out for sure. It's always when I'm with somebody that something happens. I mean, little things happen to me myself, but nothing like huge. And I hope I'm not asking for it. But yeah, for some reason, I think God protects certain people. And I'm not saying that like I'm a person that like the only person God would protect. But yeah, I think he's looking out for me for some reason. And anyway, guys, I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna leave this camera rolling. You can, in case you see something on camera, I don't think you will, but if you do, then it will be in the video, and maybe you'll hear something or see something that I don't. But I need to get some water real quick, guys, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Hopefully nothing went down because this is my room, and yeah, I want to have a good night's sleep. Maybe we should look at the footage in the morning just to be safe. So yeah, I would go into this auditorium by myself, and nothing would really happen other than the EMP ghost app, whatever you call it. Yeah, I think that's really all the stories I have of the paranormal. My grandma's house. If you saw my past videos, I used to live over there, and the basement was really creepy because it was unfinished for several years, even when I lived there. But yeah, something was definitely off there. I didn't feel safe unless I was in my actual room. I was in that room one time. I had this plastic jack-o'-lantern, since I like pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns so much. It it was in one position one time and then rotated a whole nother position when I came back into the room. So it could have been anything. It could have been the floor vibrations. It could have been maybe the house shifted somehow. I think houses can do that. But yeah, that was definitely a scary situation in of itself, because I was pretty sure I was facing one way when I left, facing a completely different way when I came back. There's other stories too, I'm pretty sure I have. I just can't remember them. But once I do, I think maybe I'll keep making these kind of videos to where every now and then I'll drop something like this, share a story with you guys. And with, the stories that I do remember, I will share those in the future. If you guys like anything else like Bigfoot or UFOs, maybe I could tell those kind of stories too. I don't have personal experiences about it, but maybe I could share experiences that other people have had, maybe even stories. I'm not too edit savvy when it comes to editing videos, so it's going to be very limited with the visuals, but the story is definitely going to be there. And I'll try to make it fun for you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay, I don't know if it's because I waved my hand or not, but my phone just started to record out of the blue before I started to record this scene. So, yeah, that's kind of kind of threw me off for a minute. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, please make sure to give it a like, subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notifications so you're informed of when the next video drops. And on that note, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.